The Idaho prosecutor handling the murder case against student stabbing suspect Brian Kohberger filed new documents Wednesday in the Latah County Magistrate Court. Court information in the case, which has been removed from Idaho's online portal for unspecified security concerns, is updated daily in a PDF document posted to the state's website instead. The file shows that the court received a new affidavit from Latah prosecuting attorney Bill Thompson and a court memo on February 8. The filings themselves have not yet been made public. The filings come days after an attorney for one of the victims' families appealed the court's gag order, which has stifled public comment on the case from the prosecution, the defense, investigators and other officials, and was amended last month to also restrict attorneys for the victims' witnesses and their families. 30 news organizations have asked the Idaho Supreme Court to overturn a gag order in a case against a man accused of stabbing 4 University of Idaho students to death. The coalition of news organizations, which includes the Associated Press, contends the gag order violates the right to free speech by prohibiting it from happening in the first place. Wendy Olson, the coalition attorney, said justice cannot survive behind walls of silence. For that reason, a responsible press has always been regarded as the handmaiden of effective judicial administration, especially in the criminal field. In the gag order, Marshall said the speech restriction was needed to protect Kohberger's right to a fair trial. Olson went on to say that more speech does not mean a less fair trial. The speech at issue must be the kind that could prejudice a jury. And even when publicity may cause prejudice, the answer is not always to suppress the speech. Other remedies like the passing of time, a change in venue, voir dire, jury instructions, and jury sequestration can cleanse any jury taint without offending the right to speech. Despite the great public interest in the case, there have not been any notable leaks of information that would prejudice Kohberger's right to a fair trial, Olson said. The news organizations in the coalition would have published additional information about the slayings if the gag order wasn't in place, she wrote. For instance, police in Pennsylvania told one reporter they can't say whether they are reviewing unsolved cases that could be linked to Kohberger because of the gag order. And the mayor of Moscow told another reporter he can't talk about overall community healing because of the same gag order. Several journalists have had public record requests rejected or left unfilled because agencies in Idaho and Washington fear they would run afoul of the order. Olson also wrote that petitioners do not make the news, they reported. They cannot report what they cannot gather.